Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel! Today, we're playing Roblox Last Letter. If you've never played this game before, it's pretty simple. You get a letter and you have to think of a word before the timer runs out. Sounds easy, until the timer starts counting down. Seriously, why does the timer make everything harder? I could probably think of hundreds of words right now. But the second a countdown appears on my screen, my brain suddenly forgets the entire dictionary. It's actually kind of funny. You see a letter like A and think, oh, that's easy. Then the timer starts, and somehow you can only think of one word. Apple. Just apple. Nothing else exists anymore. I feel like everyone who plays this game experiences that at least once. Another thing I like about Last Letter is seeing what other players come up with. Sometimes people type words that I've never heard before in my life, and somehow the game accepts them. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here wondering if the word I typed is even real. Sometimes I see a word and think, there is no way that's a real word. Then the game accepts it, and I learn something new. So, technically, this game is educational. Kind of. One thing I've noticed is that some letters are definitely easier than others. If I get a common letter, I feel pretty confident, but if I get one of those tricky letters, that's when the panic starts. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Some letters just feel scary. The moment they appear, you start questioning your entire vocabulary, and then somehow another player instantly answers. How do they do it? Do they have a dictionary hidden somewhere? Have they memorized every word ever created? Because some of these players are way too fast. Maybe they've been practicing, or maybe they're just word geniuses. Either way, it's impressive. You know what would be funny? Imagine if real-life conversations worked like Last Letter. Someone says a word, and then everybody has 5 seconds to say another word, starting with the last letter. I feel like conversations would become chaotic very quickly. Nobody would know what was happening. People would just be shouting random words. Actually, that sounds pretty entertaining. Speaking of words, have you ever thought about how strange some words sound? If you repeat a word enough times, it starts sounding weird. Like you know what the word means, but suddenly it doesn't sound like a real word anymore. It's a strange feeling. Try it sometime. Pick a random word and say it over and over. Eventually, your brain starts questioning everything. Another thing about Last Letter is that it really tests how fast you can think. Not just how many words you know, but how quickly you can find them. It's almost like a workout for your brain. Except instead of lifting weights, you're lifting vocabulary. That probably sounds nerdy, but it's true. The more you play, the faster you get at finding words. At least, that's the idea. Some days, I feel smart playing this game. Other days, I forget the simplest words imaginable. It really depends on the day. One thing I always find funny is when you're absolutely certain a word exists, but you can't remember it. It's like it's hiding somewhere in your brain. You know it's there, you just can't find it in time. Then the round ends, and suddenly you remember. Thanks, Breen. Very helpful. You know, games like this remind me that learning can actually be fun. Most people don't think about vocabulary games as exciting, but adding competition makes everything more interesting. Now, it's not just about words. It's about surviving. It's about beating the timer. It's about staying in the game longer than everyone else. And suddenly, you're completely invested. That's probably why so many people enjoy simple games. The rules are easy to understand, but every round feels different. You never know what's going to happen next. You never know which letter you're going to get. And you never know when your brain is going to completely stop cooperating. That's all part of the experience. That's all part of the experience. I also like how Last Letter is one of those games that almost anyone can play. You don't need special equipment. You don't need a complicated strategy. You just need words. And everyone knows at least some words. Well, hopefully. Imagine loading into Last Letter and forgetting every word you've ever learned. That would be a rough day. Thankfully, that hasn't happened to me yet. Hopefully, I didn't just jinx myself. We're still doing pretty good so far. Let's keep it that way. Honestly, even if I don't win, I'm having fun. Sometimes that's what matters most. Winning is nice, but enjoying the game is even better. Plus, every round gives you a chance to learn something new, whether it's a new word or just a new way to think under pressure. All right, everyone, that's going to be it for today's Roblox Last Letter video. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me while we played and talked about random things. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more Roblox content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye, everyone!